there are a lot of points. You have to be so consistent. You don't depend on yourselves. So let's stick to what we can do better. And the better we do that, the bigger chance will be at the end of the season to try to fight for that. So there are things that they are not in our control at the moment, but many of them there are. And that's the ones that we have to do as well as possible.
Is this the sort of season where, especially where we're only just past the halfway point, it's almost the way things are going, you almost can't predict what's going to happen in some ways?
But I don't know, you see the results every weekend and you go, wow, very surprised. And most of the time it's not one or two, it's more than that. So it tells you how difficult that season has been for everybody and how much things can change. If you look, for example, at City, where they were 2.5 months ago, where they are right now, you cannot believe it, but it's a reality in this league.
I just wondered as well, you're obviously in a good run of form in the league now. Started well and then had the little dip. I just wondered what you kind of learned maybe from the first part of the season before this run about maybe staying level, and not just staying level, but how to actually stay level and maybe not get too carried away when things are going well, or too down when they're not going well.
Well, I don't think the case. I think it's the case of the competition in this league, and then the amount of mistakes that we make ourselves in crucial moments of games that led to the team losing those games. And the moment that we corrected that, we were much more stronger. I think confidence is a big factor. Obviously, when you are losing games and you cannot explain why, players tend to have that fear sometimes, or not be that convinced that they can actually win every single game. And when you get into a good run of form, it's completely the opposite, and it's what is happening at the moment.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Mikel.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Gary, at Times.
Hi, Mikel. A couple of months ago, Lacazette was really struggling, and I mean, his body language looked like he had a lack of confidence. Can you explain perhaps what's the difference with him now, and what's changed with him, and why has he suddenly become a much more threatening player and the player that he perhaps has been at other times?
Again, as you mentioned, I think it's linked to confidence, and that confidence linked to obviously he's playing more regular minutes, he's scoring more goals, he finds himself in a better form, and then I think it's about supporting our players. So when they go through difficult moments, we have to be right behind them, we have to talk to them, we have to give them tools to resolve the issues that they are going through. And Lacazette has done that by working harder. It's as simple as that. He committed to work harder, to stick to what his abilities and qualities are. And the moment that he transformed a little bit his confidence, he became a different player.
What tools can you give him? You said tools. What would you give him?
A lot of things related to the game, things that he needs to read better about his movement, sometimes about his body language. A lot of things that are important to visually see yourself and then try to correct them.
When Raul was at the club, he said that he didn't want players to go into less than 2 years left on their contract. Obviously, Lacazzette's got a year left in the summer. Have you started talks, or have you made a decision whether you're going to keep him?
Well, we will talk certainly about that situation. At the moment, what I want is that he keeps performing the way he is at the moment till the end of the season, and then it will be the right time to talk about it.
As a manager, would you rather players are sorted perhaps before a year left, or does it bother you that you when you get to players who go into the last year of the contract and the uncertainty?
Ideally, yes, but in this unprecedented world, at the moment, it's very difficult. And with the amount of cases that we had in the same situation, is even further, because you have to manage not the timing of one or two, but many more than those. And at the end, you have to time that really, really well.